The Shooting with Shells. Today we're going to be talking about the Xfl and Vince McMahon's ploy to go head-to-head with the NFL, as he did back in the 90s when WCW and WWF went head-to-head during the Attitude Era. Yeah, this morning, I'm just thinking about on my way to work. I'm sitting here thinking about different things I could talk about, different things to review on the podcast. And that's the one thing that struck me, the XFL, Vince McMahon. A few months ago, the chairman and CEO, for any of you guys who don't know, which I'm sure you all know by now, but if you didn't, chairman and CEO of WWE, Vince McMahon, publicly announced that he will be going head-to-head with the NFL, starting the XFL. Back in 2000, he did attempt to start this up. It went one season, failed miserably. The football was terrible. The players were basically all undrafted, walk-ons, guys that didn't really, played through college and just weren't good enough to make the cut for a main roster spot. The XFL was promoted as, a no-holds-barred, anything-goes football division where for all the people who didn't want to tune in and watch the wussies of the NFL, tune in to watch XFL and you'd be in for a treat. Failed it. It was a terrible, terrible idea. At that time, Vince McMahon thought he could take the Attitude Era from wrestling and roll it over to the XFL and really kick something off, starting, basically an no-holds-barred football league. Now, why I think it will fail again? Nothing really has changed. From then till now, it's just your programming on your wrestling has gotten weaker. So what makes you think you can take now everything that you know about the wrestling business and incorporate it into the XFL? You're not going to get many players, that are going to. Matter of fact, in my opinion, don't think you're going to get any players that are currently NFL or are currently, being drafted to the NFL that are going to want to say, well, I'd rather play for the XFL since it failed once already. You're not going to get, many talented players, if any. I mean, you might catch a few, strikes, lightning in a bottle with some guys that, okay, maybe they'll do something, maybe they'll produce and turn out to be, guys that are actually talented. But I don't think it's going to work in this day and age. I don't think that long time, for me being a long-time Eagles fan, I'm not going to suddenly say, well, I don't want to watch the Eagles anymore. I want to tune into the XFL and watch my team there. I don't have enough time as it is to watch. Sunday I sit and watch football. He's going to do it Saturday night. I'm not going to waste my Saturday nights watching something that I'm not emotionally committed to. I don't think that it's going to be enough to emotionally commit me. I know why he thinks this is a prime time to do it, with everything that's going on in the NFL, with the flag and the veterans and the kneeling and Colin Kaepernick. All these things. Vince McMahon is looking at it while the NFL is really struggling because of all the politics involved now. I'm going to start up an XFL league, no politics involved. The players can name themselves whatever they want, and they can basically do whatever they want. My opinion, and it's just everything on this channel is just my opinion. I just want to make that clear. Nothing I say, besides the facts that I know, but any opinions I give has no relevance to the sports entertainment, the NFL, the XFL, all just what I think. Now, it has a small chance to succeed. I'm not saying it doesn't. Of course, Vince McMahon, in my opinion, he's probably one of the most brilliant entertainers of all time, even himself. He can go out there and he'll go on a show and put on a show just like, put it this way, he'll do the same thing that he asks his workers to do, more or less. So will his son. Shane McMahon's out there diving off tops of Hell in a Cells. Most athletes in the back probably wouldn't even be interested in doing that. So that's my opinion on the XFL. I think it's going to fail. Although, and like I said, though, I don't wish it to fail. I wish it would take off. I would love to see, some healthy competition for the NFL, make them scramble a little bit. Me as an avid NFL fan, I've been watching football all my life also. You're not converting me, it's, especially after my team just won the Super Bowl. I'm sticking with it. if it takes off, hey, maybe I'll have 2 fantasy leagues. You know, I'll play in the XFL Fantasy League and the NFL Fantasy League. It'd be something fun. But yeah, so that's pretty much it about that. That's my opinion. I tell you what, it's really starting to snow out now. The weather's getting terrible. I'm shooting from a phone in the car. That's our MO. So yeah. So in other news, Bobby Lashley has apparently signed a contract with WWE, or is in the process of signing a contract with the WWE. That's very exciting. You know, Bobby Lashley is, he's a big guy. He's like a Brock Lesnar, only, in my opinion, he's a better entertainer as far as the sports industry goes. He was signed with TNA February 1st. His contract ran out. Everybody expected him to show up right away. Process has taken a little bit of time. But eventually he'll be coming over. I don't believe he's going to have to go through NXT. I believe he'll probably be the night after WrestleMania call-up, where he'll just come on out and possibly challenge whoever the champion is. I think he and EC3 could do just as well as they did in TNA over here. So, yeah, Bobby Lashley coming back, coming home. Well, I guess when he left, there was some sort of falling out he had with Vince McMahon. I believe it was a writer that he also didn't get along with. So, with him coming over to the WWE, it's definitely going to be exciting. It's something that we need right now. We need big stars. I don't know what happened to Drew McIntyre from NXT. He was supposed to come up. I believe he's injured. And you got all these other guys just rotting away. Like I talked about in the last podcast, you got all these tag teams just rotting away now in NXT. In my opinion, they did what they could do in NXT. Now it's time to bring them up. This year after WrestleMania, there's going to be some big call-ups. I'm calling it now. Sanity will be coming up. Authors of Pain will be coming up. Possibly EC3 early. He doesn't really need to put time in the NXT scene. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, like I said, the WrestleMania this year, I don't predict it to be that well. I think the night after, the Raw after WrestleMania will be a lot more exciting. Yeah, so that's just my morning rant. I hope I, got through to some people. If not, it's cool. Hit the like button, subscribe for more. Thank you.